Hi there. So I'm on and I'm live and I'm ready for the 5th of February with a weirdie, a beautiful, wonderful weirdie that we will have a lot of fun with. I'm quite sure about that. So, hi Rose. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good time with it. And hi Anne. Rose was first. Yes, you were the first one. So yeah, this is the weirdie. And I'm just gonna go and we need to also share, yeah, share to color Weirdie a day. Oh, my elbow is a mess. I need to put cream. I forget to put cream on my elbow. Well, Victoria is really bad with the throat, but she's good. She just made like lemon and lime, squeezed them with the honey and some olive oil, so that's good. Welcome to the party. And I didn't put up my wine yet, so maybe I'll take that later. So yeah, this is what we are working on today. And I don't know if I was thinking maybe to expand it a little bit on the set. I don't know, maybe mix in some other ones, or take some entirely different ones and choose. Because now I worked with them earlier, but I know that they would be good for these big pots, these very, very big pots. I actually think I'll start with those parts and go tip to tip. Maybe just go with the basics. Not sure yet. Hi, Carol. Oh, you shared it. Awesome, you shared in adult coloring worldwide. And then if somebody will share in color a weirdie a day, then it's perfect. You're coloring upside down on this one. That's cool. That's good. And my dad's friend, she came back from a hospital, and I made dinner for all of us. I made my 2 lettuce dishes for dinner. First one, I made yeah, I wanted to show you something. Finally, I find it. I've been looking for it. It's been gone, but it was hiding in Victoria's room. She found it. I think it's because she's been using it under things. So you see here, that's my Van Gogh colors of 60. That's my tester of those. Just wanted to show you. I got my own little book of testing colors in. And this is Koh-i-Noor Polycolor, set of 72. And these are new templates. All of these are new templates that are meant for different sets. And I've really been looking for this book. So I haven't gone so far. This is going to be for the new book. You see, this one is going to be crazy. It's going to be like a difficult one for me to scan. I'll probably have to have it scanned. So I'm missing, this is where I was supposed to continue to make more templates for the new color companion. And I've been missing this one for quite some time. So it's nice to find it. You see, this is the one that goes with sets of 72. And this one is the one that goes with sets of 60. And there's a little thing where you can blend them into each other and see how they work down there. So this is actually one of my coming books that I'm making templates in this one for. Just wanted to show you, so you can see something different I'm working on. And I was thinking to maybe look at these ones today. The touch, the new touch. I don't know if I'm gonna choose some from that set, or if I'm just gonna go with the tigers. I'm feeling a little bit like the tigers today. This is a yellow-green. Maybe I could build it out and, choose one from, build this one out a bit with these. So like put one in between. This is a turquoise and this is a green. So one that's in between these two. Turquoise green light. That might be good here. And this is the blue. And then I think maybe the brilliant blue, because I'm missing a dark blue in this one. And this is a purple, and this is a blue. So maybe we should see what we can try here. There's a purplish one. Or a blue one. Bluish. I should have something to test the colors on, shouldn't I? Just to see them. There's no real purple. This is blue. I wanted something that was more like in between these two. Maybe a light. This is a pale royal blue. See what that's like. Just gonna have a look here. Oh, that's too close. Let's see what the sky blue is like. There's a turquoise blue. I think this one. No. Ice blue. Let me see what the ice blue is like. Sorry, I'm just sitting. I think this one might be. No, this one might be. I wanted to have something that was sort of like. It's a Patholo blue. I know exactly what blue I want, but I don't think it is in this set. The blue I want. So yeah, just gonna try again. Yeah, I think this one. Then that one will be here, and then we got this lilac thing. Pale purple. Let's see what that's like here. Just gonna choose some colors. It's not purple at all. It's more like pinkish. Could go here. And pale lilac. That's the same as that one. That's not going in. And there's an orange. Let's see what that one is like. That's almost the same as we already got. So I'm thinking that maybe the vermilion will between. Yeah. Thinking that this one will go between here. And then I'll see if there's a deep yellow, an olive green, a pastel green. I want to find some yellowish. There doesn't seem to be anything but that deep yellow. Let me see what the deep yellow is, if I can use that in between. I don't even know what I'm. Okay, yeah, I can see what I'm testing on. That's okay. It's okay. So yeah, I'm gonna put this one in between here. So now we've sort of expanded the set a little bit with some of our touch 5 markers, just to sort of take it up a notch. Why not? Awesome. Great. It's shared to. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. Perfect, perfect. Yes, I'm getting ready. I am ready. I'm ready to rock and roll. I was actually thinking before that I was going to do tip to tip, but I'm not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a few starting points. I'm going to make one here. And I'm going to work my way out from that one. And then I'm going to make another one here. I'll have to see if these are too similar, the two yellows. So yeah, it was nice that she came home from the hospital, and she's got a heart monitor on, because the hospital was really, were a little bit baffled, because she's not like really in the risk group of getting these blood clots, and it was in the back of her head that she got it. They found it. And they were like a little bit baffled, because she's really healthy, you know, she eats healthy, she exercises, and everything. She does the right way, you know. It would be way more likely if I got one. So yeah, so they were a little bit baffled by why she would get one. Yeah. So now she's got a monitor on, because they wanted to try to find out. Yeah, it's been gone. The one I was working on for the new color companion, where I was working on, you know, new templates for all the colors. I can just show you again. And it's been gone. I haven't been able to find it for ages. And I was like thinking, where is it? And then Victoria came with it today and said, I think this is yours, Mom. It was in my room. And these are like, you know, this is for sets of 60. Where there's downstairs, there's also where you can sort of mix them together and see what that works like. And this is just like my example of how I did it with the Van Gogh color set of Royal Talents. They're lovely too. It's colored pencils, and this is the Koh-i-Noor Polycolor set of 72. So, and of course, you know, this will be smaller. It will be US letter size, so it will fit perfect for making small color swatches. I just drew it in this one, and this one is going all the way around. And I think that's 72 as well. I don't remember the count right now, because I'm doing different counts for different sets, so that you can make different sets. This is a big one for 150. Yeah, that's 2, 4, 3. That's the big one for 150, I think. Yeah, and this one is for 100. And these are different ones. And then this one is going to be like worked out, so that you can have sort of all of your sets on it. And that was how far I got. And then it disappeared, the book. It totally disappeared. But it turns out that Victoria has used it underneath when she was coloring, so that she could put her stuff on top of it while she was coloring, to not like color on the floor or something. So that was what I was showing you before. Hi, Beverly. Good, watching and listening. Don't type then, just watch and listen. Hope you are okay and surgery is over well, and good to see you. So anyways, I'm going to continue here. Good to see you here. So happy to see you. I'm just going to put this away from, then I'm going to go with this one right here, where I'm just going to start it there. So now I've got my section started. That's what I'm gonna go for. I colored a crazy one today. It was absolutely crazy. I colored on the Patreon. Oh my God, I made myself a huge task. It was very difficult, because it had like 3 sections. Yeah, it's so nice to have you here with us. I agree with them. Really nice. Happy to have you. Yeah, because on the outer rim, this one had 20 sections, 2 times 20 sections, this mandala. And then inside it had 10, and in the middle it had 5. So it's really difficult, but I got it done. I'll show you. It looks good, but of course I was challenging myself as a crazy person I am. Instead of just coloring it like a mandala, I wanted to color it with the spirals going in. So it was a huge task of making everything fit, because you can see outside here there's 20 of these and 20 of these, and then when you go in here there's only like a 10 set, and then when you go in here there's 5 set. So it's like really complicated, but it turned out quite pretty and without any mistakes. So that was a lucky one. So yeah, just wanted to show you. So that's what I have been having fun with. Just gonna see. Actually, it seems lighter, that yellow. Seems like that should have been before if I was going to go for it. So I'm going to take this yellow off, because it's simply too light. I wish I had some lighter orange Hmm. Hmm, 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 hmm. Anyways, well, it'll just have to be with this then. That's the way it's gonna be. So I'm gonna go up here. Yeah, so I had a good time with that. And I finally got all your beautiful, beautiful colored in the albums of January, the last ones. So I'm happy I got that done. So you can see all of them. I think there's actually come in one or two after, and of course I will update again the album. I mean, the album of January, every time there is something new, I will, of course, also update in there so that we get everything in. Because, you know, you might have downloaded it and not colored it at the moment and colored later. And then it's still wonderful to get in the album of the January ones. I didn't quite make it to update and make the February one on my page. But it will come. It will come ASAP. But I was a little bit busy because Victoria was homesick, and then my dad's friend, she came out of the hospital, and she came here, and I said to her, why don't you stay for dinner so that you don't have to worry about making dinner yourself and everything and sitting alone. And she was like, okay, I'd like to. And I made the 2 salad dishes. Also, it's nice, she's a little bit more open to tasting the food. So she liked the food. And yeah, I made like a confit de canard, like a, yeah, um, this is like dog legs that are conserved in their, or cooked in their own fat and then conserved. And I sort of made like taking duck, the little, where normally you use pancakes, but instead of pancakes, I replaced the pancakes with salad leaves. So you sort of put your filling, the plum sauce and the duck meat and cucumber and carrot and spring onions into the salad leaf and just fold it up and eat it like a little thing. So that was sort of the main. And the starter was a hard lettuce with, I made a salad of crab meat, avocado, and red grapefruit, and some mayonnaise, and then a little bit of strawberry on top. And that was in the hard lettuce that you just also roll up and eat like a finger food, which was really lovely. So that was also a very good dish. I think I have to backtrack here because I should have started those two. So I'm just gonna do that now before I forget it. So yeah, it was a lovely dinner, and my dad even actually came to the table to eat with us for, yeah, it's been months and months since he's sat at the table and had dinner with us, but he was not a happy camper because there was not a lot he liked. I had made potatoes and a sauce on the side so that he didn't have to eat lettuce leaves with the plum sauce and veggies inside, so he could just eat the meat and the sauce and the extra sauce. I made a cream sauce for him, and the potatoes for him and Victoria. So yeah, it was altogether, it was very good. A very good dinner. I think actually, yeah. So actually, I think I will go down here like that, and then go up here as well. So we got this going. This is really lovely. So yeah, that was nice, and now I finally got that dish done. So that means that I can make the 2 blocks with my 2 entries for this week's contest, and then I can wait for the next week's theme on Friday. And then I'm banking that I have to make it in the weekend. I want to make those 2 entries before I go visit Tina, so I don't have any stress. Oh, so yeah, that's the plan. So, and then I think Victoria will have to stay home at least a couple of days. I've never seen her so sicky. She's not complaining though. She's just like there's coming out a lot of snot. I mean, normally children are very snotty, but she's like extremely snotty at the moment. So, and she's coughing bad. So yeah, better to have her stay home and get well. She also seems to be running a fever, but she's not like, I don't ever stay in bed when I'm sick either. Very rarely I stay in bed. But she's inside. I think that's enough. I know that when I was a kid, if you were sick, you had to stay in bed. That was a rule. But I don't think that I mean, it would be horrible to make her stay. She's been herself choosing to go in there and do some stuff. She came in here and colored a mandala with me. When I was coloring on the Patreon, she colored the mandala too, but she already gave it away because she colored it for my dad's friend. So she gave it to her when she came, and she was making a book, but she didn't finish the book before she came. So she doesn't want to give it before until it's finished. I know. That's the way she is. So yeah. And now they're up in my dad's room, all three of them. So yeah. And I'm feeling snotty as well, so we'll see how it goes. If I'll catch the throat thing that she's got, or if I go clear. I don't think I'll go clear because I can already feel it, but that's typical. I always get everything all winter long, but I'm used to that, so it will be fine. So yeah, this is gonna be fun. And yesterday I made a Weirdie on the Patreon as well. One of the new generation Weirdies where I just switched up the color sequence a bit, and that just made a huge difference. It's kind of funny. I didn't think it would make that big of a difference, but it did. So that was fun too. So yeah, and I went to bed quite late, I think. I wasn't that late. So this is sort of developing, and I think it will be a pretty one. I think I really liked the colors yesterday, the color sequence, but now I need a rainbow. A simple rainbow, not a complicated rainbow, a simple one that I can relate to and just be happy with. So there's only like 2 more mandalas missing to be colored. Then I have all the colored for the cover work. And then I can make the cover and I can publish mandala 2. So that's going to be exciting. So that will probably be pretty soon. But as soon as I've colored them and made the cover, of course. So yeah, this is nice. Oh, I wish I had some sparkling water. I think all that the plum sauce and everything made me really thirsty for sparkling water. Coca-Cola is not helping when you're thirsty like that. So yeah, this is going to be pretty, and we're going to get a few different colors in between, and then just hope that it will work nicely. One could also go with a total different scheme here, but I'm not going for that now. Yeah, it was a bit of a long day. Long day. It's always long days. Always long days, and I think there's something wrong with the create space, the Amazon thing. Something wrong in there. I wrote to them about it. Yeah, there's so many practical things that is driving me crazy. Administrative things and things you have to remember all the time, and yeah, it's driving me up the wall sometimes, but it's just to try to get everything done. I also don't want to have tax problems again, so I have to really look through everything. It's easier said than done because I'm always totally busy. Yup, you will get the book on the exactly as soon as it's published. You will get it. So that's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good. So yeah, I don't know if I think it was only Heather that was there when I was coloring today. It was early morning. It was like 10 in the morning, I think, 10:30 or something in the States, so, or in CST Central. I don't know what it's just that time. It was like 4:30 when I started. Yeah, 4:30 here. So that means it was 10:30 there, 6 hours earlier. Well, so it depends where you are, of course. Right now it's 10:34 here. Yeah. So yeah, I was on a little bit later than I had calculated on because of the dinner. That also took some time to eat and talk because, you know, it's also a big thing to have been 2 days in a hospital, so we were talking about that. And she's a bit worried. I understand that. I would be worried too. It's looking good. So yeah. I think these colors are good together. And they color equally, you know, like they're equally covering. So that's good. You know, there's no, they match each other very well in consistency and the quality, I think. So that's good. Good markers. We all need good markers. Good markers that are affordable. That is important. Good affordable markers. It's the best thing. This one is a happy one, I think. It seems very happy. It seems like a very happy one up here. Yeah, I think so. It's a happy, smiley one. So yeah. And she even came with a bottle of red wine for me to say thank you for me and my dad taking care of the dog. And she had bought something for Victoria as well, like something with the candy on. Don't know where Victoria put it, actually. But that's typical. Victoria is not so good with presents. Well, you know, she gets really happy, but she doesn't really show it a lot. And it's also like if people come with a present and they give it to her, then she'll just look at it. She won't open it until somebody says to her, you can open it. You know, it's like, I don't know, she's a bit weird on that part. Maybe it's just because she doesn't know how to react or something. I don't know. Um, but I've always also been able to put her presents out. You know, like put them in the room and in the window or under the tree for, you know, a long time. She will not go and open or do anything. She won't touch them. So that's sort of, she's easy like that. Also, when she was smaller, there was never been a problem. Only that one time that she got like a chocolate calendar for Christmas, and it was all wrapped in like plastic around it. So we had it on the table. It was from my cousin and her husband, and I fell asleep on the sofa, and Victoria was like 2 years old or something, 2.5. So, you know, I didn't even know that she could open that thing. And when I woke up, she had chocolate all over her face and her little greasy fingers and everything. And she had managed to open the plastic wrap around that. And then she had emptied the whole calendar while I was sleeping. All the 24 little chocolates were gone. And then she was sitting with a big smile. Yeah, it's good to take a nap, Beverly. Okay, yeah, I'll go check it. And not now, but after when I finish. But glad to hear that you're okay. But take a nap and rest. Yep, take a nap and rest. That's important. So yeah. This is a darker purple going on. It's a lovely one. It's a very lovely color. I like that a lot. So I'm just going to leave the middle there white. And I'm just going to do it around here. Because that's how I see it. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Then I'm gonna go here. They just fly on, these colors. Really lovely to work with. And there's a little one here, a little tiny one. And here. So I didn't get to draw anything today. I was actually thinking that I was going to be on sofa with Victoria, but then, you know, yeah, time flew. Time does fly sometimes. You think you have a whole day, and all of a sudden the day is half gone, and there's so many practical things to do, and sorry, and time just flies away. I do have more things that I really have to do. I have to check my timing. I have to do there's some important things that I have to get done that I forgot earlier today. Oh shit. I hate that. When you forget about something that you're supposed to do and you feel bad about it. But I'll get it done. I will get it done. So this is pretty neat. There we go. And to make the speed videos yesterday. I think, yeah, I need to have everything uploaded to the blog as well. It's like there's so many little tasks that I have to keep updated with all the time. But yeah, that's the way it is. So here we go with this one. This is a lovely blue. I really like this one. Looks perfect, doesn't it? Looks really perfect. And then down here. Not here. It's going to be a happy one. Sale on Etsy. On Etsy? Who's selling them on Etsy? But who would sell those pens on Etsy? Are you sure that that's not like a trick or something? I mean, it sounds almost too good to be true. I mean, it must be some private seller, because Etsy is usually not big companies or shops that carry those brands. I think you probably need to be careful with it. Because why would they be sold on Etsy? That's what is bugging me. Are you or maybe Artesa has an Etsy account. It sounds good, but be wary, because I don't understand why they would sell them on an Etsy. Etsy is more for other stuff, I think. So yeah, be a little bit, I don't know. You can check it out with the link, but not now, but after. But that sounds a bit strange to me, if I'm honest. Just because it's on Etsy, that sounds strange to me. This is lovely. I think this is like extra face down here. And that's how I see it. All kinds of stuff. Oh, I never knew that, Julie. Yeah, when you have Prime, then it's a good thing. So I think actually this is pretty, isn't it? It is very pretty. Yeah, this is looking awesome. It's developing really lovely. And I think I'll wait here. But this one will define the color that comes now. I think that's the best. And we have here. Oh, I forgot that one. So I'm just gonna have to do that. Backtrack. So we just got it in there. Perfect. And then we can go on here. And I think actually this one will continue down from there. Ja, hvad er det for en sang?
Den hedder Nanne og Pablo.
Ja.
Det er fordi Bedste ville gerne have, at hun hed Pablo, og så gav jeg en idé med, hvis det var en pige, skulle den måske hedde Nanne.
Nå.
Det er fordi, jeg tænker på Nanne.
Ja.
Så nu vil jeg hente papir.
Ja.
Og jeg begynder faktisk at få det meget bedre i halsen på grund af det der.
Det er godt, skat.
Jeg har faktisk kun hustet en gang efter, jeg fik det der.
Jamen, det er godt.
Yes.
Det er rigtig godt. And this will continue down, so I don't have to do anything here. So yeah, I'm on here. This is also a lovely blue. Fits very well here. Because there's only really that one blue in the tiger set. It's nice to have a bit of diversity in the blues. In the blues, we had a bit of diversity. So we're gonna have that little there, and then we're gonna have this one up here. This is how we roll. I still didn't get my paper. We'll also have to check that email to see if there was any new messages about that. I'm definitely starting to feel my throat. Oh, it's not nice. Yeah, I'm quite sure that it's that I got it. I'm also getting more and more snotty. I'm gonna get some paper to blow my nose, and then I'll take my glass of wine. So I'll just be a second. Sorry. That's crazy. Yeah, snotty I am. So that's funny. Pretty annoying, actually. It's not funny at all. It's not what I want. So yeah. Ah, shit. Well. Oh, this is not good. Sorry. Yeah, somebody just has to cough on me once, and then I'm all done in. And this brilliant blue, it's such a lovely blue too. Really lovely blue. Ah, whew, this is not good. So I think I'll probably let it go on. Just take it easy. Sorry. I really want to try the Arteza, the brush ones they have. They look so interesting. Ah. Yeah, this is gonna be fun again. I was just getting well again. Ah, shit. No good. But anyways, let's just hope it will pass quickly. Hope it will pass quickly. Never passes quickly when it's me. It always stays and bugs me. Such a lucky woman with that. Ah, that was annoying. So yeah. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Ah. Yeah, I think, Victoria, I was good, but Victoria came home with this yesterday, and it seems that I already caught on with it. So, yeah, it doesn't take a lot for me to catch a bug. Bugs, they love me. So, so I'm thinking that whatever Victoria is coughing, I'm starting to cough now too. Been snotty since this morning, so. Yeah, so that's kind of it. I'm gonna enjoy another bout of it. But I've been doing that since like September, so. This is looking good. In here. There are really three very pretty blue colors next to each other, I think. So I'm happy about that. It's gonna look lovely, lovely. Ah. I never tried the Artesas. Yeah, we have to get well quick. We have to get well. We are going on holiday on Monday. So, but we have all the way to a Monday. That's a good time. So let's just hope that I don't get stuck with this. That would not be good at all. That'd be really annoying. That is definitely not what I want right now. But I can feel it is building up in my chest and my nose and my throat. This is pretty, isn't it? And after I will upload the new one because the one for today and for tomorrow is already up. So I'll just have to upload the one for Wednesday. and I'll upload that after I finish here. So it will be there and ready for you guys to play with. It's going well. It's not going so well on the YouTube. It seems like it's going very slow. It's up to 68 days now, but last time I looked it was up to 68 days. But I think the statistics might also be a little bit delayed in there as to when we see results. But, you know, if it's only going up by 2 days in a day, then there's no way we're going to make it. So I'm hoping that the statistics is just a little bit late in there. So yeah, this is good. Oh, yeah, we got the next one. Just gotta check out that turquoise here if it's. Just gonna check it out again. Yeah, I'm thinking. Then maybe it's oblivious. It's too close to the green one, I think. So I'm gonna take that out. I don't want to put two colors that are way too similar because that will sort of ruin the, you know. So it's better to take it out than put one that's too similar in the mix. We want to have a difference between each color so that we can really see it and enjoy it. So yeah, I can also feel like my head is heavy. So I think, yeah, it's definitely coming on. It's not funny. This is good. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be seriously snotty tomorrow. Hi, Kat. Nice to see you. You finally got them. Mine, they came in 2 days. That was crazy. It must have been some kind of coincidence of luck or something. I don't know, but it was totally fast, and they weren't supposed to be here until March. Yeah, I think a lot of times, like I didn't think I would like the Touch 5, but I love them, and I would love to have the set with all of the colors, because I just think that they're great. For the price, it's perfect. You have to sort of like learn how to handle them as not to bleed, just be light touch. Then there's no problem with using them at all. Yeah, but they came all the way. I ordered them on the German Amazon, but they were shipped from China. Yeah, I'm trying. It's like I can't cough through. It doesn't really come through. That is sort of stuck. And that's the most annoying coughing that there is, when it's sort of stuck. It's really, really annoying. I hate it when I'm coughing like that, because it doesn't like follow through. It doesn't get cleaned out. So it's horribly annoying. This is lovely. It is really lovely colors next to each other, I think. They are working perfectly. It's gonna look pretty. And yeah, I think I'm gonna. I also stiffen my neck. Ah, hvad sker der, Victoria?
Tag min næse.
Er din næse også?
Jamen,
Det er min også
lige så
blevet.
meget.
Jeg er også begyndt at hoste, ligesom dig.
Nu skal jeg sove en anden seng.
Ja, det er lidt ligegyldigt nu. Nu er jeg jo smittet.
Hvad vil du have den?
Jamen, jeg har lige der.
Er det godt?
Ja, så du beholder bare dem. She's also blowing her nose and coughing. Hi Beth, nice to see you. Ja, det er fint, det har du sagt. Yeah, it's annoying. And now Victoria says today, maybe I should sleep in my own bed so you don't get it. And I'm like, it's a little bit too late for that now. It's a day too late. It's a day too late. But it's very considerate. She's sweet. It's too late. Doesn't matter now. I already got it. I already got it. So. This is pretty, isn't it? It looks so lovely. It really does. So now we've got full round. Next one is yellow green. I forgot about that one. Yeah, so I have one more color. What is that one? What is this one? Yeah. And then here. And here. This is actually pretty hit, this one, I think. A pretty shape. So yeah, this is looking good. It's looking happy. That's what we want. We want it to be happy. Victoria's bad. She's not really feeling better yet. She's in a fever and coughing, and she's saying that she's feeling better, but that's just because she just drank this lime and lemon, freshly squeezed with honey and olive oil. That really helps on the coughing. But now, of course, we doesn't have any more left of it, so so she got it. Maybe tomorrow I'll buy some more lemon and lime so I can make some for me too. So I think I will get well. You know, I mean, for me, it's not the big thing. I'm always sick anyways, you know. I always get all the colds and they always stay with me. So I'm more surprised when I don't get it. I'm more surprised when I don't get sick, you know, then it's like, whoa, I'm not sick. Um, so yeah, doesn't make a big difference. I do the same things as I always do anyways. There's no difference. If I want to eat, I have to cook. Otherwise, I don't get anything to eat. Um, and so there's no real difference between being sick or being well for me. I still have to go out and do the shopping, and I still have to do all the things that I always do. So there's no difference. So we're gonna start up here and work our way down. So this is a yellow green. I'm hoping that, yeah, it is different. I hope it's different enough. Otherwise, we just have a lot of greens on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. I hope it will dry up a lot lighter so that there's a real difference between these two. Otherwise, I might have screwed up a bit. But only screwed up a slight bit. No, it does dry up nice and light compared. So that's good enough. That is good enough for me. It does have a good difference of the tone. So they are complementing each other well. This is lovely. So yeah, my ex said that he found another solution to the weekend in Lalandia. So in total, you know, I thought that he wanted to do something nice for me and Victoria, but in reality, he was just looking for a babysitter, I guess. So yeah, I'm happy we're not going. I don't want to be babysitting two 15-year-old boys that I don't know well. You know, if it was some kids that I knew well, then it's a whole different thing. You know, if I knew them better, then it wouldn't be a problem. But I don't. So, you know, then taking on 3 kids for 3 days that you don't know that well is quite a big thing in my book. because you don't know what's going to happen if something happens to one of them and you're responsible. That would be horrible. No, moms can't be sick. Everybody else can be sick and not be able to do anything and sort of like report themselves out of society, but moms can't. Unless they have a lovely husband who wants to help them, then they can, I guess, but I don't have that. I do have a dad, but he wouldn't, he wouldn't do anything. So I still have to stay strong and do everything anyway. So that's just the way it is. And then you get used to that. It's not funny. And sometimes it's really annoying, but it's just the way it is. But then, you also, if you're used to it, then you don't get sick in the same way, like you're just used to having to do all the things, even though, nope, moms can't take time off to be sick. But I think, when Victoria's getting older, she's already really considerate now and always helps with everything she can. And there was one time I was having a birthday and I was sick and I was lying in the bed on my birthday and I had guests coming later and I was, just resting, and she fixed the whole living room, made it nice, and that was what I was supposed to do. I didn't ask her to do it. And it's a couple of years ago and she did it to help me. So, I think that with her getting older, she will be sweet and try to also help me when I'm sick. So I'm thinking that she will be nice with that. She's a sweet girl. So in that respect, she's a nice kid who will help because she's already helping a lot. So besides, it's her that keeps me going anyway. So that's lovely. So here we go. This is actually, I like this a lot. I like this little face down here. And I'm thinking I'm going to start out there. If I'm going to go here, I think I'm going to go here. Makes sense to me. I think that's cool. And here I like this yellow. It's a beautiful yellow. It has a warm glow over on it. I think I've been using the other yellow before. There's 2 yellows with the tiger set. I think we're all rusty. This is lovely. Really beautiful to lay on. So this is pretty. It's very pretty. That's nice. That's so sweet, Beth. Yeah, Russ, it's difficult. The first couple of times is difficult. I have to find an easier one where it works. easier. I did a new video today, earlier today, so there's a new video up where I'm doing one, but that's even more complicated than the one I did yesterday. That's a very complicated one, because it's this one. It goes in like 3 parts, because there's the 20s out there, and then there's the 10s in here and 5s in there. So that one was really hard, and I started from the outside going in with this one. So that one was really difficult. There's like a 2-hour video on Patreon where I'm doing that, where I'm sort of like all the time saying what I'm doing. I don't know if that's going to be easy to follow. I don't think so. I think it was difficult because I didn't even know where it would go, because I never tried one where the count was different. But I do think the result is pretty good. Once it's scanned, I'll put it up so that you guys can see it. But there's a long, and I will also make a speed video. I think sometimes it might even be easier to see on the speed video, because you see how it's developing, how fast. So that might be a help. I don't know. But it's difficult to do. It's difficult to do. But I've also been doing it a lot, and on really big ones, on really big, very complicated ones. So in that respect, I do have a lot of practice with it, and I worked out my system, and so that's always a difference. If you're just starting, it is of course more difficult to do it. But you have to get into the system of where to put it. And even I make big mistakes with it. So also with this one today, I didn't make any mistakes. I didn't make mistakes yesterday either, I think. Yeah. But that's also what you can do. You don't have to do it like I do. You can do your own thing. Yeah, try a different way. Oh, that's lovely, Candice. This is so wonderful to have people that care about one, you know, that care about you and want to help you and do nice things for you. It's really beautiful to have people like that. I think it's really nice. It's going very well here. It's developing really beautifully, I think. You can hear the cough doesn't roll up. It's sort of stuck in my chest, so it doesn't like really come through. It's annoying. But there could be worse things. So this is awesome. These colors are playing very well. I think it was a good thing to mix these in, because it just expanded a little bit on the colors, because there are not that many colors in the tiger set. So it's nice to bring in a few extra colors, and they have the same finish, so they work well together to complement each other color-wise, I think. Now for the real red, for the deeper red. I love the red of the tigers. It's such a nice red. The best thing about the PDFs is you can print them again and again. Victoria did one today. So she's actually sitting in with me on the video for it took her, I think, 20 minutes or half an hour to do hers. But she did a very simple one. I'll have to reprint that one when we have to do it, because she took that one. So that was nice. She just sat here and colored next to me. Now she should actually be going to bed. I mean, even though that she's not gonna go to school, then you still have to go to bed. I don't know why my dad doesn't. She's up at his room. It's not ideal that I have to shout all the way up there. Don't even know if I can shout. I probably can. If I pull myself together. So, I mean, they're sitting two adult people. They should be telling her that she has to go to bed. It's like, they know I'm making a live video, but nobody's saying anything. So you probably just have to 1 second go up, because now it's 11:30 almost, and nothing's going on. So they just seem to just be sitting there without thinking about what time it is. So I'm just gonna go up and tell her that she should have been in bed long time ago. Victoria, skal vi se? To voksne. Klokken er jo 11:30. Two voksne. So, yeah. Sitting two adults and nobody tells her that she has to go down here. I have to go up and say something. I'm the only adult around. I'm the only adult in the house. Hi, Sarah. Yeah, the cough is back. I think I got Victoria's cough tonight. When I was sleeping, she was sleeping in my bed. I woke up really snotty, and I've been starting to cough. Starting to cough within the last hours. When I was doing the live video on Patreon earlier today, I was more like sniffling and snotty, but now I'm starting to cough as well. So, yeah, it's back on. So that's gonna be fun. Not fun. I definitely wanted to go away because we're supposed to go visit Tine on Monday, so I needed to be gone before Monday. Both hers and mine. Hers will be gone, I'm sure. She's never sick very long. But she is actually quite sick now. You can hear it and see it. She's like little sweatling in her face. She gets sweaty easily. That she has from her dad, because I don't sweat easily like that. But she gets like wet in her face. So you can see that she's got a fever. And her coughing is bad, even though that now it's better because she had that honey and lime lemon thing. With a little bit of olive oil. It's very good to put a little bit. It just lubricates the throat very well. This is good. This is really good. I'm loving it. And it's nice that it's got this whole big egg thing around it. Sort of it's like in a cocoon or a nest. Thank you, Sarah. Yes, she came home today and she's here now. She came home this afternoon, and I asked her to stay for dinner so she didn't have to stand and cook for herself. So, and I was cooking anyways, and I was cooking with the competition, so I cooked for all of us. The Weirdies are cool. The Weirdies are cool. And we are having great fun with them every day. So, yeah, cool Weirdies. Funky ones. So, yeah. Sarah, how are you? You had a bad cold and the sinuses and everything. I read the other day. It sounded really bad. You had to go into the hospital or something. No, I don't remember. It was this morning. I think I read it. So I just want to hear if you're feeling better or if you're also under the weather badly. It sounded like it was pretty bad. So yeah, we got it going on here because this will go up here, it will go out there, this will go down there. So we got everything going for us. This is lovely. Lovely, lovely, isn't it lovely? Fool me, never fool me. That's cool. Ah. Ah. It's definitely going to be happy colors, that's for sure. Happy and bright. I think they're pretty bright. It's a good thing that we got some bright ones in between. It sort of helps. It's another dark one. I think the one yesterday where I went out of the box and did the autumn colors was really pretty. I'm happy with the result of that one. It also scanned prettily, so that was pretty nice. This is pretty. I have to do it here. I almost forgot this little space that we're beginning from there. So yeah. That's awesome, Candice. That's awesome, Carol. 26. That's so cool. But the Weirdies are gonna grow and grow because we got a whole year of Weirdies, and I do believe that I also will have a next year of Weirdies because, yeah, I will. I will have a second year of Weirdie. So if it goes crazy, then we'll also have one more year. So it's not over, but we have this whole year about all the 366. So there's nothing gonna stop the Weirdie boat, and they're all different. They're all different, and the new ones are different too. So the new generation Weirdies. There's been some have evolved quite a bit. So there's new stuff happening constantly. Are they subscribed to YouTube? That's a very good question, Julie. We need everybody to subscribe to YouTube. Awesome. You just add on into the group. Oh, you finished the sphere. That's awesome. Whoa, with 101 crayons. Oh, I'm looking so much forward to seeing that, Julie. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I remember when you talked about it with the blender pencil and the crayons, and I'm looking very much forward to seeing that. You've been doing that for quite a while, so it's going to be interesting to see. Ja, men du ved, Besse og Vibeke er jo voksne mennesker, så de burde jo sige noget til dig nu klokken 11:30, ikke? Altså, når du sidder derinde, det kan jo ikke være meningen, at jeg skal rejse mig op og gå op og råbe om det, når du sidder med 2 voksne. Vel? Jeg ved godt, du ikke skal i skole i morgen, når du er syg, men det er stadigvæk, er det jo ikke meningen, du skal gå i seng kl. 12. Det bliver jo en dårlig vane, så bliver det jo endnu sværere at gå tidligt i seng, når du skal tidligt i seng, ikke? Sorry, I'm just explaining to her that even though that you're sick and you're not going to go to school, then you still have to go to bed in the evening, because otherwise, you know, you'll get used to going to bed so late. That's what ruins it in the weekends. So you still have to sleep. So yeah. So this is turning out lovely. Lovely, lovely. Yeah, the flu is hit really bad here too. That's great, Beth. I'm happy to hear that. I need all the help I can get, really all the help I can get on the YouTube. I'm so worried, you know, about not reaching the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 hours watched. I mean, those 4,000 hours is creeping along, but it's 166.6 days, and we're up to 68 days watched. That means that we still have 98 days to watch in 15 days. Because in 15 days, if I don't have 1,000 subscribers and I don't have the 4,000 hours watched, then I'm out of the partner system. So I'm really, really hoping to make it. And I need all the help I can get, all the subscribers I can get, and all the hours watched, just letting playlists run. Du skal i seng, skat, ikke? Ja, det skal du. Det er godt. Hvordan har du det? Godt.
Okay, men jeg sidder meget snottet.
Ja, jeg ved, du snotter meget. Ja, det vil du nok blive ved med at have et par dage. So Oh, that sounds lovely. But you can always post it. My pages everywhere. Yeah. It's looking good. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. Yeah, Julie, you can always post on my pages everywhere. Spheres you can post everywhere. I also have to update all the other colored album. There's so many new things that I have to put up, but it's just hard to keep up with everything. I have quite a few daily tasks that take a long time. It's looking good. It's going all around. Oh. Yeah, we got it there. We just need to put it here. So yeah, they are really complementing. Great to use together also to get an even broader range of colors. I'm happy with that. Now we're on to that brilliant blue that I do like so much. It just looks so nice when it lays down. It is such an intense blue color. I like that a lot. Yeah. Very lovely. Yeah, because there's both from last night and from today on the Patreon, Julie. But I will try to get the speed videos. I didn't put the links to the speed video up yesterday, so I'll have to do that. And I'll have to make the speed video of the one I did today as well. So we're up here. I don't know what that is, CLL. I don't know what that is either. And Victoria also got some fresh fruit after dinner. So I'm hoping there'll be a lot of vitamins in it for her to benefit from. I think that this will be a really nice one. Maybe soon I'll have to switch this one. I can see that it's starting to be a little bit blotchy. That's when it's starting to dry up a bit. There's still enough juice in it to keep it going for this one, but then it's almost done. Well, it's not done, but it's just done doing, it will just be more and more blotchy, and that's when Victoria gets them for her box, because they're not quite done. They can still be used. But when they start streaking, then I stop using them, and then she gets them and she'll use them up. So that's a good deal. Or she will use them, like take them out when she's got guests or something. So, because she's also very careful with her good markers, so then the ones that I have of these that are used up, then, or, you know, almost used up, you can still color with them. Then she has a box that she takes out when she's got guests. It's also sometimes if they rest it, then they're okay again. And they're no longer dry. So yeah, everybody's going back and forth. So I'm trying to concentrate. Husk at slukke lyset derinde, Victoria. Not sure what I'm gonna put there. Yeah. Ja, nogle lime.
Ja, for det hjælper faktisk rigtig godt.
Jamen, jeg ved godt, det hjælper godt. Jeg glemmer altid at lave det til mig selv. Jamen, det er godt. Så må vi købe nogle flere citroner og noget mere lime. Det er spændende. Vil vi ikke godt lukke dørene med hensyn til det der fadervor der? Så jeg ikke kan høre det. I mean, there are doors for a reason. You can close them. Then I won't be disturbed by everything, all the sounds. It's why there are doors. Oh, we have this one missing. I missed this one, so I have to backtrack there because I'm missing this one here. And over here. And then we can go on with this one. There we go. It's actually looking pretty amazing now. Oh, you got the tiny fat book of pattern designs. What do you think? What do you think, Anne? Let me know. Did you just get it? Cool. Cool. I love that book. That little fat book, that little brick of a book. It's just, I was so happy when I got it home, when I got it here, because I just love that one. It's such a, I love the size of it, that it is 6 by 6 inches. I love the fact that it's square, but the fact that it's so thick is I love that thick. It's just such an awesome little fat thing. I wanted the bigger books to be like that too, but there was nothing I could do because I couldn't have. There was just not room for. They didn't. I couldn't upload everything because it was just too heavy files, and that's why the bigger ones they are divided in two of 125. The bigger versions of they're called, oh no, I don't remember, but there's somewhere, like they're 8.5 by 8.5, where you just get a bigger portion of the design, sort of a different version. But I just love that one because also it's not so big, the pattern, so that you can sort of like, it's something you can do more quickly and take with you. I mean, even though that it's a little bit heavy to bring around, but it's just such a nice size and nice size drawings to work on. And it's just a beautiful book. It's so nice to have in the hand. It just feels like boom. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I was so happy when I got it because I had a whole idea of how it was gonna be in my head, but you never know how it's really gonna be before until you hold it in your hand and you can look through the pages and enjoy it. I love that one. It's one of my. I love all my books, but I really like the the size and the compact. It's so compact and yeah. And there's three of them now. There's a one, the two, and the three. So that's a lot of designs, a lot of full on designs. But I think even for those who are not into like full page patterns, then in that size it's okay because there's still small pages, so you don't get such a huge repetition of the design. So it's actually very. Victoria, har du ikke lige sagt godnat 100 gange? Det er sidste gang, der bliver sagt godnat nu. Nu må det være slut. Oh my god. Ja. It's looking very good. Luk dørene. Nu skal de døre lukkes, og du skal i seng, og det er nu. Ja, nu skal du i seng, så må du tage et glas vand. Du må tage et glas vand, og du må ikke læse, og du må ikke noget. Du skal bare ind og sove nu. Sorry, now I had to put on the... I mean, it's 7 to 12. And, yeah. So that's it. Now it's over. Because she just said goodnight, like, you know, and had all the... Everybody was in there and saying goodnight, and she was doing the prayers with my father, and so that's it, that's over. Now there's no more. No more running about. So this is coughing bad. You can hear her from my bedroom. So oh, that's great. I'm so happy. Yeah, I think it's cute. I think it's so cute. Exactly, because this small size is like, well, you can start it. I even have some where I started and only did it in the middle, like I said. Everything's a mess around here. I can never... It's all a big mess. It's weird. But right here. I mean, some of them, if you don't feel like doing the whole thing, you know, you can just like do the inner part. Like here, I just did this and I left this as a frame around it. So, you know, the same here, I just did that inside part and then I left this as a frame around it. You can easily do that. You don't have to go all the way. And you can also easily cut out the pages. I think it just looks great. Then, yeah. And here I'm also like only just in there. This, I just did a little bit in there. You know, it doesn't have to be all the way around. And they actually look pretty good on the other side. But remember to have a piece of paper between, so you don't muck it up. So this is mine. This one I'm so happy with the result. It looks so pretty. Yeah. This one I only just started. That didn't go so well. There's some smaller ones here. This one I messed up. I had like a system going, but I messed up in the system and then I sort of had to give up. And this one I just got started there, and then I was doing grays out here, so I didn't get to finish it. Yeah, this one is really pretty. This is a really nice one also. So yeah, I've just been going through, just been sitting having fun with it sometimes, you know. And I know somebody else had fun in it too. I found out the other day when I was looking. It's also turned out pretty neat. I don't think I color it anymore. But it's just, yeah, somebody else had fun in it. Yeah, somebody else had fun in my book. This is me. This didn't go well. So yeah, it's a funky one. And then it's just because it's so fat. It's just such a little brick. with all those pages. 250 unique pattern designs to play with and enjoy by Maria Vettel. Yeah, I love that one. I'm so happy with it. And just that the compactness of it. It's a good one to take with you to the hospital, I think, because the size is good and it's smaller projects, so it doesn't, you can do them in shorter time. And like I showed you, you can leave some of it empty to sort of frame it. That also looks really cool, I think. So it's like you can do it as big or as small as you want on one page, Just remember to have that sheet to have in between. And then you can just have a great time with it. I've done both markers and colored pencils in it. I even did some with ink tents where I used a little bit of water, but just a little bit. The funny thing is with the compact size of it, when the paper is cut shorter, even though it's the same paper as all the other books, it just feels heavier because it's cut in a short, smaller. It's the same thing with the midnight versions. Then the black ink coating makes the pages feel heavier, even though they're not. So there's some things that can play in with the experience of the pages, even though it's exactly the same paper, but it just plays in. This is very pretty. And we got this red one in here, and in here. It's good. It's looking good. It's looking really good and smooth. Sorry for interrupting everything to get the book, but I'm just so excited. I get so happy when I hear somebody got it, because I know that when you get it in your hand, you will feel the weight of it and how big it actually is, the book. Yeah, exactly. The Never Too Many Hearts. That's a huge book too, because it's got 150. So imagine the Never Too Many Hearts has 150 drawings in it, and that's a big fat one. This one has 250 in it. It's a really fat one, but not big. It's a tiny fat one. Oh yeah, your husband is having back surgery. Then it's good to have it with you, because that'll be waiting, and yeah, that's a great idea to bring that one with you. And something that's easy to work with in it. That would be nice. Oh, it sounds so bad, Heather. I really hope that you'll have to send him my greetings and tell him how lovely his colored are, and that I hope everything goes well and he has a speedy recovery. Wish him health well from me too. It sounds horrible. Back surgery is definitely not fun. I haven't had it, but I can imagine that it's bad. I think any surgery is probably bad. Yeah, but it's because of the cut. It's because of the cut. It's not heavier. It's exactly the same paper, but just because of that smaller size. If you get one of the midnight editions, the paper will also feel a lot heavier, because it's got that extra coating of ink, of the black ink, and it's just because it's a smaller area. It's sort of like my dad tried to explain to me why it was, because I didn't really understand why it felt heavier, but I felt it immediately when I got the book. It was quite obvious that it feels heavier, and he says it's just because the weight is distributed in a smaller area, and that's why there's something. Yeah, well, it sounded weird, but there was some explanation for it. So yeah, actually the smaller books feel a little bit heavier. Oh, thank you, Anne. And Victoria's, yeah. She, and I'm not sure if it's her because she would, maybe I've let her or something, but normally she wouldn't color in the book. She always asked me to print it. She has a few of my books, like the very first book, the first Twister book, Chill Pill. I gave it to her. I was so proud. Look, this is mommy's first book. This is for you. And then I thought she was going to color in it. She was like, no. I said, aren't you going to color in it? And she's like, no, I will never, ever color in it. You can print me the pages. It has to stay perfect. She was so sweet. Oh, yeah, you have to always remember to have a page between. Always, always. I even have a page between when I'm not with the colored pencils, but if I'm doing like ink tents and I use a little bit of water, but only a little bit. It has to be really, really little. Because no paper that is not made for watercolor and water, no paper that is not made for that hates the water. And it will, crumble and lose its. So it's just like, yeah, it has to be almost a dry brush, but just that little bit. Doesn't take a lot to get the intents working anyways. That is, yeah, you'll have to print it out. But always remember the blotter page. It's important, really important. That's why, it would be so nice if I could, like have a loose page in the book so that it was already there. But you can't, obviously. So it's really important to remember that. I mean, of course, you can cut an empty page out of the book and use that, but I think it's better just to have an extra page that you use, and sometimes, it will turn into its own little piece of art. With time, it'll turn into a little art piece itself that develops, and then when you're happy with it, you can take a new one, you can cut this one out, and it'll be your own little art piece from 1,000 pieces. That's also neat. And I do like that when you look through, the effect of the ink having gone through to the other side of the paper, that looks very cool too. Yeah, I would love to color more in it, but I don't have time right now because I'm coloring both here and on Patreon. So I don't have time to color in it. But I really enjoy it. These patterns are fun. When you just need to totally unwind and relax, then it's a really nice thing to do. And especially because I wouldn't be able to do full page pattern, pattern that are full page, like really huge. I'm not into that. But in that size, I think that they're perfect because it's just trying out a part of the design and not getting that whole repeat 100 times thing. So then even the smaller ones are fun. You can sort of make your own plan out of it. I actually have an idea I want to try out on it. Maybe I'll do that one live because it's sort of a funny idea, just an inspiration idea of what you can do with some of those that have very small designs. I have an idea for what you can do there that will make it funny. So yeah, I'll try to just do that one day, just to show you what I'm thinking that could be fun to try out for a neat effect. And then I promise no spiral on the small patterns. That would be hell. That would be hell. So yeah, I do like my spirals though. Ah. Huge spirals. I have one that's really beautiful. It's big, 72 by 72. And when you just see it like from a long distance, it will just all the time it has an effect coming closer and closer. And it just has a great effect. So here we go with this one. Now we're down here. And this one is going here. And this one is going here. And this one is going in here. So yeah, it's coming along neat and nice. The most important thing when we color is that we do what we love and we use the colors that we love. I can't make the pages perforated. It's not an option. I don't have any. I have option between white paper or a little bit more yellowish paper. That's my choice in paper. Then I have an option between black and white or color. But if I choose color, the price of the book will triple or be triple or 4 times, 3 or 4 times as much. So I have no choice. I have no choice with the create space. And the thing is, I could go and then I could do them on Lulu with the same paper quality. It's just a little bit wider, and I can spiral it there. But that will just make it way more expensive, and nobody will buy it, and the percentage that I earn is less, and nobody will be interested in buying it because it'll be too expensive. So I mean, I've tested it all. And the thing about perforated pages is that they actually tear up. I have the Dover books. Yeah, Dover once asked me to make books for them. They asked me to be artist on their books. And I said no. Yeah, I'm like that. And they sent me 4 books. Just, you know, they wanted to show me. They wanted me to be in their more complicated series of artist books. And they sent me 4 examples of books that they meant was in the category that they wanted me in. And they were perforated. But when you tore along the perforation, it would break. I wasn't too impressed with the perforation. And I actually think that the best thing is just to have an X-Acto knife and a steel ruler and cut it out like that. I think that that's way better. And you get a cleaner cut. And yeah, you get a cleaner cut and you don't get a tear. So yeah, that's sort of my, I am thinking that I'm gonna do this here. I know, it's a big step, but I think it will fit well. And it's the one that comes after that color, so it fits in here. So yeah, I think I don't have a lot. I don't really like perforated pages. I also done a lot of reviews on other books that I haven't put up. I should redo some of my reviews and do them live, I think, where I look through. And I only actually found one book with heavy paper that the markers don't bleed through. Only one. And that one, I was so impressed. I was so impressed with the quality of the paper, and it's from Taiwan, and that's the only one book that I found that the markers won't bleed through. So yeah, I should do some of the reviews live so you can hear my opinion about the different books. I do have a lot of them recorded. I just haven't posted them. I don't know why. I don't know why I made all the reviews and then never posted them. It's typical me. You spent days making all the reviews, and then I haven't gotten them up because I was busy doing something else, and then I just didn't get around to it or something like that. Because I have them on the computer, my reviews, where I'm looking through and I'm talking. So maybe I should just upload them. Upload them. So to the YouTube channel. So that's another thing that I also need to, that's another one on my to-do list. Every time I see this brilliant brewer, and like, I like it. I like it. So that's the same thing that happens with my dad every morning. He has the same tea every day. And every day when he takes the first sip, he's like, oh, that's a very good tea. Every day. And now I know what he means, because every time I see this blue, I'm like, oh, I like this blue. No, they're not. They don't offer it. There's no options. Create Space has almost no options. But it is enabling artists to actually publish their books. And I think that that's great. It's given a whole new opportunity for artists that didn't exist before. And that's why we have a lot of great books from indie artists and getting discovered and everyone, that is more accessible. A chuckle sounds good. That's kind of funny, Rose. That's funny. No. I think that there's a playlist with the videos. Maybe I changed the video, I'm not sure. But all those are on a playlist called Drawings on YouTube. All of those big ones, they're in there. There's a playlist called Drawings. And there's also one, it's a tutorial to do a big one, where there's like some step videos, and then there's a big one. Exactly, Dover will own all the rights to it, and they pay the artist very little, but they're actually paying more than a lot of the other ones. But you don't get a royalty, you just get a one-time amount. And that amount does not, they expect you to spend 3 to 4 months on doing it, but the amount does not equal 3 to 4 months pay. I mean, I bet their receptionist gets more, or the factory workers gets more in a paycheck, because otherwise they wouldn't be working for them. So what they're offering the artist is just like, yeah, it's probably cool if you have a real job and you're making good money there, and you're just doing it as a hobby, and you're flattered by the fact that they will publish a book. I think also commercially it's probably good to do a book with them, because you get your name out there in a bigger way. And in that respect, maybe it would have been smart if I'd done it. But I was slightly offended. Because, yeah, if I had been living in a country where you don't pay 50% in taxes, and you have a cheap living cost, then the amount they're paying is pretty okay. But I live in a country where I pay over 50% in tax, and the living costs are really high. So, you know, it wouldn't be a deal that I could do, because it wouldn't equal what I get a month from the social, but it would be deducted from my social, so I would actually lose money on it. So I wouldn't be able to afford my bills if I did it. So yeah, there's a lot of things with that. But yeah, commercially, if I had done that 3 years ago, it would probably have been pretty good for me. But I was just so, when I found out what the difference, because I was contacted not just by them, but I was contacted by quite a few different companies or publishers that wanted me to do books with them. And each offer was worse than the previous. And each contract I read through was bollocks, robbing me of everything. And I got so angry about it, because I know that many people, they don't even read the contracts. They just jump at the opportunity, because they think they're being given an opportunity of a lifetime to publish with an established, recognized publisher, and they jump at that. And that's why they're treating artists like dirt, because you got hobby artists that jump at the opportunity, because they're just so extremely flattered. And it is extremely flattering to have a publisher ask you if you would like to do a book with them and offer you a deal, and you're almost like you jump at any chance. But it was the reason I started Global Doodle Gems, because I just thought it was so fucking unfair. And that's the reason why in Global Doodle Gems, all the artists still have the rights to their pictures. And if they decide, they cannot make a new book that is exactly the same. You know, if one of the artists have published a book with 50 pages in it, they cannot publish the exact same book with the 50 pages in it, but they can sell the pages on Etsy. They can make another book with some of the pages in it. So they will retain all rights to their images. And if they want to put their images on T-shirts and everything, it's theirs. And that was the idea of Global Doodle Gems, to give the artists an opportunity to be seen in the books without being fucked up where they still have the rights to their work. And that was why I started Global Doodle Gems, and why I worked so hard on it, because I wanted to give that opportunity to the artists. But of course, I didn't have the budgets that all the big publishers have. I had no budget. I spent all my own money on it. And then it turned out that most of the artists weren't interested in actually helping to promote their own books. So, you know, in that respect, I mean, I've made some awesomely beautiful books with some great artists. So I'm happy with what I made. And I will continue, and I still continue with the artists who are willing to work. You know, and also do an effort themselves and deliver good work. But yeah, those contracts and those offers were what made me start Global Doodle Gems, because I just thought that there needed to be an alternative to those official publishing houses. And I was burning to do that. Yeah. So that's why my own art became on the back burner a little bit, because I was so offended about those offers, and I just wanted to do something bigger than myself. And I did. So that is pretty good. And now I'm just getting back to having a focus on my own work. Now I've sort of, you know, done a big thing, and now I also need to do something with my own stuff, and that's good. So I'm moving on, and There's no Global Doodle Gems is not gone, and I will still be publishing. I still have a big list of books that I'm doing, but it'll just be on my pace, little by little. I'll not rush anything. I'll concentrate and focus on me and on those who deliver everything perfectly. And then, I can concentrate on other things after. So that's sort of um, my new take on it. But you can't put them on Spiral on Create Space. If you want to spiral them, it has to be on Lulu. Create Space don't have a spiral binding option. If it's Spiral, then you're using Lulu is the only print-on-demand service, as far as I know, that offers spiral binding. And it goes really up, yeah, exactly up to 18. And that's on Lulu if you're using, that's a UK-based one. And yeah, the price goes up. I tried it. I have it here. One sec. Because I tried all the different ones. Because I wanted to test the paper and the quality and the difference between the different companies. So I tried the different companies, all of them on the same book. On my first one, the Twister book, Chill Pill. So this one was made by Lulu, but there I have to charge a lot more for the book. And that is a spiral binding, and the paper is wider. And yeah, you can get this on Lulu, but it's more expensive, and it doesn't get seen as much when it's on Lulu. But that's my first Twister book, the very first book I published as a physical book. The other first is the Mandala collection that I was the first I published as a PDF on Payhip. But you can see it's pretty nice, the spiral binding. It's very nice. But the paper is exactly the same thickness as the paper on Create Space. I would have to say that it's maybe a little bit more smooth, which is not good for all the coloring things, because it is very smooth, whereas Create Space paper has a little bit more of a bite. That was what we find out in the test, that actually, because there's also Ingram where you pay, but I found that when I use Ingram, it's in Ingram I can get more copies cheaper, and the shipping is a lot cheaper, but the paper wasn't that good. It's still the same weight. You can get paper that's supposed to be a little bit heavier, but there wasn't really any difference. But it wasn't as good. Johanna Ernst did a test. She got the one of these 3 books, one that was from Ingram on one kind of paper, another one on another kind of paper from Ingram, the Lulu book, and then the Create Space, 4 books. And she tested the same drawing on all of them with a lot, like, I don't know if it was 20 or 25 different coloring materials. And she actually found that all around, the best results was on the Create Space one. So that was kind of an interesting test. So that was we just got sidetracked slightly here. Yeah, but I just wanted to explain that. I can try to find the link for the paper test you did. There is, however, one thing is, if you get the Create Space books, sometimes through German Amazon, and they have been printed in Poland, then the paper really sucks. I mean, you can still use it, and you can still fairly much use anything on it, but it's just worse. Anytime it's with the spiral, it's printed somewhere else than the Create Space. Right now, there's been like a couple of stores that have been selling like, you know, a few copies, but the problem is they don't want to buy from the wholesale on Create Space Direct or from the Ingram one, the Nielsen book scan. They want to buy it directly from me, and I can't sell it directly to them. First of all, because of the shipping prices from Create Space, that would kill any profit. Yeah, it would kill the profit. And the way it works now, because it's Amazon and Create Space actually selling my books, then that works very well. So if the stores don't want to buy them from the official wholesaler, then it's a bit of a problem. I have tried, I was thinking to offer maybe Viking that I can do some books that they get to print if they want to print, like for instance the Weirdies in A3. I would love to do that on their paper, you know. Can you imagine to have the Weirdies and you can choose if you want a spiral binding or normal binding, and you can on top of that choose if you want marker paper, watercolor paper, or just regular paper. You know, if you could choose that, that would be pretty darn amazing. And to have it printed on art paper, I mean, that would be so cool. But I think the cost would probably, I mean, I haven't suggested it to them yet. I was thinking to do it, but since the coloring, you know, the coloring craze is not that big in Denmark, I'm not sure that they would be interested. But yeah, I mean, that's just because I don't, yeah, the thing with me not going out also means that it's difficult for me to go there and talk with them, because it takes me a long, long time to pull myself together to actually go there. And I know they love my work. And I think that my idea is pretty cool. If they were to sell internationally, but it was the same thing when I had to do the review. I had to sort of say, but do you have like your website in English? No. I'm like, well, you know, 95% of my audience will not be able to understand your website because there's no choice for English. Yeah, but we do ship out of Denmark. You can order from the States if you want. Yeah, but it doesn't really help that you can order from the States if you can't read what it says on the website. If the whole website is just in Danish, that doesn't help. So yeah, that was a kind of, yeah. So I mean, I've never really focused on Denmark, because the coloring thing is not that big here. I know that there are a couple of Danish groups, but it's not really that big. I am planning, however, to maybe make some coloring arrangements in Jutland and Fyn, because there's more people there who are interested than there are in my area. In my area of the capital, it's not that big. I mean, you have it in the shops, but it's not as big. I mean, because I was asking on the Danish groups, would you be interested in coming? Because I could easily make a coloring arrangement in the library downstairs. They would let me use the library for it. But there was no interest in it. All the ones who were interested were in Jutland or in Fyn, which is too far away from me, unless, you know, I make a deal with Tine or Charlotte to go and stay with them, and they help me arrange it because they're locals. So yeah. I mean, if I was in the Netherlands or in France or in the States or in the UK, I think it would be a different picture. But I'm not. I'm in Denmark. That was actually the last color. Did you just see me put on the last color? We're done. The Weirdie of the 5th of January is officially done, and it's looking good. I think it's looking really good and looking colorful and happy. Let's see on the other side. Yeah, it's looking good. And I like that distortion that's going on here. It's pretty neat effect. So yeah, we're gonna have a look at the next 2 days, like we always do. It's looking very good. It's looking very happy. Really nice flow, huh? Yeah, I'm pleased with that. It's a nice result. What do you guys think? Yeah. It's a February. It's a February. I know. The 5th of February. I've just had January drawings in my head all day from updating the. So having. So this one is the one for tomorrow, and that's already up on PayHip where you can go grab it. And it's a lovely one, and it's gonna be a funky, funny one. And I already saw some cool colored ones. And this one is for the 7th, and that is a funky one. I'm not sure what it is. If it's a lady here and a baby here with legs out there, I'm not sure. It can be anything you see. And there's also some eyes going on in here. So, but it's a surely it's a girly with the high hair. So she will be fun too, and she looks kind of fierce. She looks like she's a strong warrior woman. So yeah, that's the next 2 days on Color Weirdie Day. So we are having lots of different ones. And yeah, there's a lot more on the pile. I can actually show you the pile because I printed all of them. These are all the February ones. Oops, that's the one for the 8th. You weren't supposed to see that yet. But you can see I printed them all here. So we got funky ones, lots of them. So there's lots in store for us that we will have fun with and enjoy. So yeah, thank you for joining me. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. So I already was on Patreon earlier, so now I'm just gonna wrap up and go to bed. And yeah, then I'll be back with you guys tomorrow. And hopefully I won't be coughing or sniffling too bad, but I think there's a pretty good chance of it probably. So I hope you guys have a lovely afternoon and evening. I sure did have a nice evening here. So yeah, that's it for today. So bye-bye and catch you tomorrow.